When life throws you a curveball, how are you going to handle adversity? Welcome to the Fearless Mindset Podcast, where you're about to go on a journey as I interview security, business, and entertainment leaders on what it takes to stay fearless. I'm your host, Mark Ledlow, and enjoy today's episode. Hey, this is Mark Ledlow here, Fearless Mindset Podcast, and I'm privileged to be here at the Mir household at the Den Trophy Room. Look at all this.
With my attack dogs.
And the dogs. Yo, must be a salty phone.
Yeah. What's in my pocket all day, so I'm sure it is.
So training, hard day today, training. You had physicals.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously doing the physicals as the fight comes up, there's a lot of things that come up besides just training for a fight now I'm a 20-year veteran of being a professional fighter, so I just roll with it. It's funny because you can hear people on the other line going, hey man, I'm sorry, but can we get you here at this time and that? And I know it's inconvenient. And I realize why they do that, because when you're dealing with other people that haven't done this their whole life, they're sitting there going, what do you mean? I got to leave practice right now, and when I'm done, I don't get to go home and drink a shake and eat a meal and take a nap because I got another practice I'm coming back to. Right. I have to go do this. I have to go eye dilate, and then on the way there, I got to do an interview. When am I supposed to rest? I'm just like, so I just kind of laugh. I'm like, oh, welcome to the big leagues, buddy. That's how it is. If you want to be a fighter, right. This is part of it. If you want to, make the money, this is the stuff you got to do.
Now, you got a lot going on in the family, the dynamics. I mean, congrats on your win. That's huge.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're professional also at a young age. You're one of the youngest fighters in the industry now?
Yeah, amongst them. I mean, you got some fighters of 16, 17 too out there. Wow. But for the most part, most people don't turn pro as young as she did. Right. We did it for basically kind of was like, well, Bella, women's MMA is still not up to the same level as male MMA, right? The men's side. Right. So you almost have the same amount of talent on the amateur level that you have on the professional level, because the pool's not that deep to pull from, right? Whereas, if she was a male, one of my sons right now tells me that they want to fight, then they would have a much more extensive amateur career. Right. Women and heavyweights, and even 25-pounders, there's just not a lot of us in the world that are fighting. Right. And so it's kind of hard to have an amateur fight career. Yeah. And also, too, she's going to go on there and strap it up and go fight a girl for free who's going to be just as good, if not better, maybe, than the girl on an amateur level. So I was like, we'll just turn her pro and we'll just go right from there. Mm-hmm. Plus, because of who I am, Malky, was first-round management, we're able to, obviously really try to control what's going on as much as we can. Ultimately, it's up to her. When she walks in there, we can try to position opponents and places and timing and training, but at the end of the day, it's up to her, and she's proven that now. Yeah. Her first fight was so impressive. She answered all the questions that I think other people were going to ask of her, because see her in the gym, she passes the eye test that every coach, a phrase we have. When you look at an athlete, you're like, yeah, that person passes the eye test. She's strong, fast, phenomenal endurance, fierce. She has great work ethic, but that could all be the case, and you go in there and you face some attrition, some adversity, and people crumble. Right. And Bella, her very first fight, fought a full-grown woman, a 33-year-old. 33. Yeah, who had
she was hitting me in the face the first round.
First second of the fight, Bella got blasted. Yeah. Well, welcome to the world.
I got blasted 4 times, so my head went back, my head was turning. And then she caught that kick, and when I caught her kick and took her down, that's when I was just questioning if I wanted to be there or not.
Yeah,
really?
It's I'd never been hit in the face like that.
Yeah,
the girls at the gym, like JoJo and Roxy and them, they'll hit me in the face.
Right.
Really hard, but not as hard as they could because of sparring. But when someone hits you as hard as they can, it's a whole other a whole other power.
Yeah, the girl wanted to be there. She wasn't going to go home. She did not. She fought. Honestly, that might be one of Bella's hardest fights for the next 5 fights.
Interesting.
That girl was tough. She was game. I feel disrespectful. Do you remember her name? Danielle Wynn. We'll give her a shout out. Phenomenal warrior. Sure. Showed up with a lot of heart. We had short notice too. We didn't know we were fighting until 3 weeks before. Wow. She also had short notice. Okay. I don't know if she was trained. Probably not. Bella's training all the time because of her wrestling career. Right. So we just switched gears and started working on stand-up because I've kind of made that the last piece of the puzzle.
Right.
If anybody wants to know how my brain thinks, I look at George St. Pierre, the Rashad Evans, Khabib, Carl Usman. That's the design of fighter that I'm trying to create her into.
Wow.
Where it's a basic wrestling foundation that's good at striking and it's going to beat you there. But if all of a sudden you think it's just a striking match and they put you on your head and then, top position and pose their will on you and just crush you. So that's, George St. Pierre is the prototype of what I think, of a perfect mixed martial artist should be.
Right. When you got smacked in the face, I mean, what went through your head within those seconds after that? It was like, oh God, I'm gonna rock, or what
no, I didn't have any like concussions or like anything like blurry or anything.
But what thoughts were you thinking?
No, all I was thinking was I didn't want to fight. I wanted to quit.
And see, I'm glad she had those thoughts, because if you don't push yourself in situations, or you don't put yourself in situations where those thoughts trickle into your head, then you're not being pushed hard enough. If you tell me that I can go through a Navy SEAL workout, I never thought about quitting. I'm all, really?
Right.
You never battled that internal dialogue, never started, where you're like, damn. Exactly. Then you're not going hard enough, because trust me, every human has a breaking point. Superman doesn't exist. You know what I mean? He's not real. So if you're not putting yourself to those points where you face that ledge where you're like, shit, if I just step over, it's all done. I don't have to be in pain anymore. It'll be over with, right?
I've thought about I could just have a normal job right now, just work at Starbucks, and life would be so easy. Why can't I just have that life? And then I just think about, well, if someone's doing it, I have to, because I don't want to see other people do it when I know I can.
Wow.
Yeah, so she pulled back from the abyss, and so that's why it was such a development for me as a father and as a coach, as a professor. Me watching that, going, all right, cool. Like, that's the ultimate question that we have to ask an athlete. Like, hey, when you get put into those dark waters, do you tread water and keep gulping for air, or do you stop swimming because it's more peaceful to drown?
Right. And that second fight you had, I was like, wow, it just blew me away. Yeah. It's like you had her down with 1.45 seconds, whatever it was. I was like, next thing you know, you had her out and she was going down, and next thing you know, she was gone.
I had more confidence, but still, like, in the back, like, I just have to have, like, dad or, like, someone just, like, tell me that, like, I have, like, confidence. Cause, like, I have confidence in myself, too, but, like, sometimes it helps to, like, have someone tell you that, like, you're good. Like you're good enough to be here. So, like, that's why it's like, this sport is, like, not individual, it's such a team sport.
It is, right.
And those skills carry over in life. And that's why I think all children should do combat arts of some form, whether it's judo, taekwondo, wrestling, MMA. I mean, you name it, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing. Do something at one of those things and push yourself for it, because it pushes you. It helps you become a better person. And we saw that this last weekend. She won nationals.
Congrats. That's huge.
She goes through there like a buzzsaw through her first couple of opponents, pins everybody, right? She's going in the finals, and the girl she was a returning national champ?
Yeah.
I know she's a world team member, and she won Pan Ams.
Yeah, she won Pan Ams. She's top 5 or something.
I think she was 4th, right?
Yeah,
like
in the country. The weight class above me, because I usually wrestle at 144, and I went up to 152 because I didn't want to cut weight, because usually when I don't cut weight, I just wrestle better.
Yeah.
But I wrestled her in the final, and she was beating me 8-0. She put me to my back twice. About to pin me, 10 seconds left. I get through the first period, and then the second period comes, and I pick top. Well, she deferred, and then I picked top, and then I pinned her in I think 20 seconds in the second period.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, a lot of other athletes, I think, would have looked at the clock.
Sure.
A lot of people. And sit there and go, shit, I'm down 8-0. The biggest deficit she's ever been in a wrestling match, right? To look over and go, man, I'm down 8 points by a girl who of this caliber, who up to that point was going to be voted. They give an award for outstanding wrestler. So all the weight classes combined, they go, okay, you're the best wrestler here.
Every single coach that was there, because there was a showcase the day before, every single coach voted her before our match even started.
Wow. Yeah, the girl was really, really good. So that was awesome to see Bella put in that position, have a bad 2 minutes where she's getting, she's not doing well, and then sit there and reset and go, hey, it's 4 more minutes.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.
Wow.
And she did. She made it happen.
That's a huge victory for you.
I know. That's probably my favorite. It's gonna be my favorite match or fight ever, just because I had to actually I had to battle through my mind more than my first fight.
Right.
It's like being down 8 points. Well, you could get tech fault in 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
So you only need 7 more points. You get to do that again in the second period. That's like I was just thinking didn't she just do this again and tech fault me?
Mm-hmm.
But then when my coach when McGregor yelled at me and said you have 4 more minutes to wrestle.
Wow.
And then seeing Dad across, because he was in the bleachers, in the stands, and he just told me to reset. And
yeah, because McGregor obviously was fired up, and that's his job. Hey, you're better than this girl. Get it done. When we said that he was pick top and you're going to pin her now, he's inspiring her.
Right.
But then when Bella looked at me, I realized that's a lot of chaos, a lot of emotion, and I've been in that position. So that's why I looked at her. I had a very calm look on my face. I'm like, hey, just reset.
Reset.
You know what I mean? Just reset.
Calm voice.
Start over.
Chill.
Just, you know what I mean?
Because you're listening to the tone of his voice, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's
and I saw his face too.
I have no panic in my face, right? I was like, no, just hey, you got 4 more minutes. It ain't over. Reset.
Does it make you feel calmer in that stressful situation and just do your training?
Yeah, because I did have a lot of what he said, chaos in my head after being down 8 points. I've never been down 8 points ever in my life. I mean, I've been I wrestled 2 weekends before this past one in Arizona, and my second match I was down I think 2 or 3 points or something like that, and I came back and I beat her, and I pinned her in the third period, but I was beating her. It was 8 to 3 or something like that, and but I've never been down that much, so it really and especially at the biggest tournament for folk style, for that to happen.
That's huge.
It's just for me to learn that lesson there, it just makes it more stressful because this literally national title on the line.
So was that a bigger deal for you than the fight in Mexico?
Personally, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because my fights, my dad and everyone they pick the opponents. Wrestling, you can't pick opponents.
They just give you.
They give you the toughest girls in the country.
Wow.
And so to have every single match I had, my first match actually scared me a lot too because the girl I wrestled, she pinned the number 6 girl in the country.
Right.
And that girl, she got second at the showcase before, and she wrestled the girl I wrestled in the finals, and it was a close match. And so, I was like, dang, this girl's actually good. She just pinned the girl in the first period, too. And so I had her, and then I realized how bad it was 9-2, and then I pinned her. Yeah, it was 9-2. I, demolished her. Gave me more confidence for the final. And my second match, I pinned her in, the first period. She's ranked, I think, 20 or 15 or something like that. But go against these top girls, they're insanely good. Especially go up a weight class. Mm-hmm. See how strong and heavy their pressure was. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
That's crazy.
You didn't cut any weight. You just woke up.
I woke up and I ate that entire day. I was supposed to weigh in. I even weighed in 3 pounds under, and I was eating all day.
Wow.
And I was watching all these girls cut weight. And
in all reality, I think that if we'd have realized you were that light, because we cut weights the week of, I think maybe we know that you hold more glycogen and water. I'm going. But you were telling me you were 153, 154 2 weeks ago.
No, I was, and then I don't know why. I just
no, it's because I'm telling you why. It's because we've been lifting every day, so your muscles were full of glycogen. Sugar, for every gram of sugar you have in your muscles, glycogen is 4 grams of water. Yeah. So you just were more full. And so once we stopped the lifting, you lost a little bit of that pump, right? That fullness, and that's where the 3 or 4 pounds came off. Yeah. Now we know that, so when you're walking around at 152, we know you're probably really 149 if we take a week off from weights.
Yeah.
So what's the big target now? Olympics?
Yes. So there's World Team Trials in May in Texas. Okay. May 7th. And so I'm wrestling in the junior division, so it's 18U. Okay. So it's all the juniors, seniors in high school. Nice. And so I go to World Team Trials. If I win the whole thing, I go to Worlds. If I get second, I go to Pan Ams, and if I get third, I'm on Team USA, and I go all around Europe and just go to a bunch of opens and Europe and all those different countries. So no matter if I get top 3, I get to go around the world.
You looking forward to it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's in your blood.
Yeah, I think because if I go 144, because I watched the girls at this weekend, they're number 1 and number 2 in the country, and I watched them wrestle, and like they would get demolished at the 152 division.
Wow.
The other girls at 152 are a lot better.
Now, do you have any pro cards in the future yet? Have they planned that yet for you?
Pro cards?
Another fight. Pro fight.
Oh, that's what we're discussing. I just see like if I'm gonna have a pro fight soon or continue wrestling.
Well, I mean, right now, we're striking while the iron's hot. Wrestling is available to her. When she gets older, these different divisions and wrestling opportunities won't be as easy to do, or won't be there. And so I say, hey, she's only 17 once, she's only 18 once. Let's do the stuff that kids do too. On top of being a professional fighter. So when we have, if we find out there's a 3 or 4 month gap between some wrestling tournaments she wants to hit, then we'll focus on MMA and pull a fight during that time. So she stays busy. And it's not like she's going backwards. Everything she uses, the foundation of wrestling is going to carry over to MMA.
Absolutely.
The only thing that we're going to start doing that we haven't been, and just because her wrestling workouts have been so, horrendous, difficult. But I just want her to come in and work some striking with me a little bit and a little bit of submission skills. It doesn't have to be hard, but to keep building on that progression to add to her game, so that when we get ready for an MMA fight, we're not let's here's how to throw a jab. I don't want to start from there.
You're building that foundation block as you
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Let her be a 17, 18-year-old.
Yeah. You come with me in the mornings.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's it like to be a Frank Mir kid?
I get to go around the world.
Oh, really? I can see
Go
that.
to all these places. Well, I just took him to Iowa, so.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I stay with her. I go to good places.
That stays with me.
I've never been to Iowa, see?
Yeah, so I took him somewhere. He's been to Mexico for the fight, so.
Yeah.
But he's been in Texas. But if I go to Worlds in the training center for Olympics, if I make the world team.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to go to the Olympic training center.
Nice.
And then go to Worlds.
So the household just lives and breathes wrestling, fighting, and just athletics.
Yeah. My brother.
Foundation.
My brother, the 15-year-old, Cage, he just won nationals too. Actually motivated me a lot in the match. I actually thought about that during my match.
Yeah.
When I was down 8-0, I'm like, I can't have my brother be the only national champ in this house.
Nice.
Like I have to be another one. I have to add on to the family legacy.
Sure.
He just won nationals for football.
I heard. Wow.
He got a huge ring.
I saw that.
He plays DM and defensive line, and he literally kills people. Like when he tackles you, like it's insane. But then that's like when he celebrates like Ray Lewis. So it looks so cool. And it has like his shirt like halfway up, so see his like abs and stuff.
No,
Nice.
we are just a family of just.
Yeah.
I think athletics is just because of my career and always training and stuff. And actually the kids now taking up the mantle has helped revitalize my life.
Sure.
2 years ago, I was getting ready to retire. I was drastically overweight, unhealthy. All my injuries had caught up to me. And then I actually went and did BioAccelerator, which actually, Nick Best also went and did. It was funny because when they go up there, they give you this cocktail of like amino acids and stuff. Or I think it was the drip because they give you it to also, not only do they inject you in the site with the stem cells of where your injuries are,
right,
but they also do an IV. So it's, full body. If you have something wrong with your heart, whatever's giving off inflammation signals, the stem cells will go there to help heal.
Wow.
So they do like a little thing there where you write on the bottle, the plastic, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to run fast again, or I want to be able to get out of my chair without help, whatever the situation. And I actually wrote on there, I want to be able to train with my children.
Awesome.
Like that was my goal. Like at that point in my life 2 years ago, it was like, I just want to be able to work out with my kids. You know what I mean? Like, this sucks. You know what I mean? I've been a world-class athlete my whole life. And now I'm like walking down the stairs backwards. You know what I mean? Like I look like a cripple. You know what I mean? Like, my bedroom, like I'm like stacked up on 30 different pillows to sleep. I'm searching for every way to try to just be able to just walk.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, I even saw myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I was at one of the casinos and I could see myself reflection. And I'm walking and my chin is directly over my waist. I'm hunched over walking like this. As I'm walking, I look and I didn't even recognize myself. I was like, oh my God, that's what I look like right now?
That's scary.
I was like, terrified me. Because I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm 39 years old. I can't be this.
Right.
And then I'm mad at myself because of,
Yeah.
like I trained hard, but I never trained smart when I was younger. It's like, who cares? Tape it up, rub dirt on it, walk it off type mentality, which, completely unintelligent. And now I've learned my lesson. But now, you know what? I'm happy the route I went because now I can let them know, when they're injured and stuff, if they get hurt. Cage, just the other day, his hip was bugging him.
Yeah.
So he went to the chiropractor and stuff. I'm like, hey, take a week off from weights. There's no reason to lift right now while your hip feels like that. We'll do other stuff. When he does come to the gym with me, he's on the recumbent bike, we're doing things like, okay, we'll do some, mobility work, but why lift heavy weight while your hips hurt you?
Right, exactly.
So that approach to it is helps me out. So
This is giving you the Frank Mir legacy with the kids.
Yeah.
Like it. Well, this is I think this is great information for people that are looking up for you, especially the young girls, high school that want to get into professional sports, wrestling, all that. I know I follow your Instagram page, and you got a lot of followers. You must have a lot of fans out there too. So you're a big inspiration to a lot of people out there right now.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Watching you grow in your career, watching your dad coach you and mentor you. There's a lot of fathers out there that don't have any relationship with their kids, and you guys have something very special.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a wrap there for the Fearless Mindset podcast, and got Bill and Frank Mir here, and big heavyweights and future up-and-comer Bella going to be cleaning a lot of clocks. I think that'll be a wrap, and talk to you guys soon.